Whatever you would like.
He does not look happy in these photos. And I kind of do. Well, I was really happy. Oh my god.
Oh god. This is gonna be sad. Oh, it is. Yes, I remember text from exes. Oh gosh. Okay.
Do you have any texts?
You're really going down this.
Exes?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't. All that's deleted.
I do.
I actually was on Facebook the other day and I came across like some messages from my first ex and I cringe so hard because of both the context of the text and how he typed it. And I just think I can't believe that is like what, not necessarily what I dated, but I was like reading it, I'm like, he typed like we're the same age and I think we're probably like 22 at the time or something. What I dated 21 or 22 at the time, and he typed like it was middle school, like we were in like as if we were in like 7th grade or something.
Yes, bad. We were in an open relationship, which had been, you know, fine
like
for the almost year that we were together. You know, we were both very communicative.
My ex just told me he saw me add him on Bumble and told me he was only... What? Okay, that is a really weird thing to say to your ex. The way I would... So he did this odd thing. He did this odd thing where he capitalized every word. Every word was the first letter was capitalized. And I'm just reading that and I'm just like, how the fuck did I reach it from you? I need you to read it.
You know, very accepting.
And he said stuff like, or I think I, just off the top of my head, it was like, why aren't you calling me back? All you know how to do is disappoint me. And he typed it in that. And I'm thinking back then, like, how the fuck did I take that seriously when he typed like that?
And, you know, discuss whatever was brought up. And one evening he asked me that if he could see someone that, you know, he had seen again. He was like, hey,
yeah, that's weird.
Can I see so-and-so again? And it was the first time.
Stop, you're like, giving me PTSD.
No, sorry. We like broke up.
You literally type, wow, Yvonne, you disappoint me.
I was like, cool, just so you know, if you start dating that person, I'm gonna kill you. And he was like, oh, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, what are you talking about?
Wait, what is she saying? Sorry, I like totally.
No, I don't. All that's deleted.
All you do is
I do.
You guys are literally typing like him. Okay, I need you guys to stop. Because it's actually reminding me exactly how I read his shit. And...
Yes, we were in an open relationship, which had been, you know, fine for the almost
open
year that
relationship.
We were together.
Okay.
You know, we were both very communicative, very open, and, you know, very accepting and willing to, you know, discuss whatever was brought up. And one evening he asked me that if he could see someone that, you know, he had seen again. He was like, hey, can I see so-and-so again? And it was the first time where I was like, no, sorry. We like broke up. And I told him, I was like, cool, just so you know, if you start dating that person, I'm gonna kill you. And he was like, oh, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, what are you talking about? You know, and I was just like, okay, whatever you say.
True, it is one of the worst things. I feel like I can almost excuse it if it's genuine, but it does really fucking suck for your SO to date someone that you were insecure about. Probably, or like had like a sense of.
But I just... like, let's make sure I'm establishing this now. And then January came and he basically told me that he was seeing that person. And I thought it would just be best if we no longer spoke. Hey, I'm not sure if you check the Discord anymore, but the last session for my campaign is scheduled for the night of the 12th.
So is he dead?
If you're free, we'd love to have you.
The Discord. Oh, yeah, Discord. But the last session, if you're free, we'd love to have you. Huh?
The second message was also, if you haven't already heard, that person and I have started dating as of a few days ago.
Bro, no shot. No shot. They asked her to go join their campaign and then tells them that they started dating someone that they were... If I I'd be like, going to your fucking shitty ass campaign. Your campaign could go fuck itself.
I know you expressed that you would be unhappy
That is
about that if it
wild.
happened, but I still wanted to be upfront about it. I hope you're feeling better.
Just say if you haven't just hey, even if you said hey, just wanted to let you know, like me and that person like started dating, whatever. You know, just leave it at that. What the hell you think they be going to this campaign to see you or hang out with you?
And I'm looking forward to potentially seeing you at D&D. That sounds nice, and I appreciate you being straightforward, but I can't lie.
Is this like a D&D thing? I know, it's wild. Like,
for
what?
A little bit, at least a month. I'm sorry, but I'm genuinely at a loss for words. I hope your grad school app went well.
You know, good on. This is great. She
having someone who started as a friend.
She responded well.
It sucks because I'm not only losing a partner, I'm losing a friend. It sucks to throw that away.
Open relationships are a gamble. It's kind of I've heard of open relationships, like some people just know or feel like they can never commit to one person only in terms of sex. And feeling like they just know themselves, like they would either cheat or it just would never work. So that's why they're like open relationship only, because they want to explore more in terms of that. But obviously when you're in an open relationship, it just opens you up to a lot of other people. And when you have more people that you interact with or spend time with, the chances of you either possibly growing attached or possibly catching feelings for someone else or something going wrong is like way more likely. So yeah, it's pretty hard to navigate an open relationship. Never heard of a good one, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of ones like working for a long time until they don't. So I mean, obviously, but there's even the ones that seem like they're working for maybe like 2 years or 4 years, they eventually kind of don't work out. So I don't know. But I guess that's like any relationship. But yeah, I think I'm too if I didn't care about the person, if it were like say if it was just like a relationship just for the intimate part of it and I had no emotional connection with the person, I probably would not give a shit. But once I have that emotional connection with the person, I could never do an open relationship because it's just too many feelings, too many things that just fucks it up. The longest relationship I've had, 9 years. Yeah.
Caught my ex cheating on me, and then when I confronted him, he got violent. I realized I shouldn't be in that situation anymore. So I just packed my bags and left, and I never looked back after that. And for a couple weeks, he would just send me waves of texts. So it was first, hey, can we talk? And then the next day, he says, please. At that point, I didn't want to talk to him because...
I would just think, like, can we talk, please? It's kind of like, bro, you lost your privilege. Like, it is a goddamn privilege to know or talk to me. And that's so I just think everyone should just have in, like, a non-toxic, obviously, but... like some self-respect level, but obviously that's really hard sometimes when you just cave or like you still like the person or when they've affected you a lot, you're just gonna do that. But
he cheated on me and I just wanted to move on from there. I don't know how. I was single at this point and I went on a date and somehow he found out I went on a date. So he texted me, you went on a date with someone else already?
What do you mean already? You cheated on her and you were violent with her, you psychopath! Just let her go. Free her. Yeah. What do you mean you went on a date already? You cheated on me with some of your relationship? No, already. Just presently. Like, what the fuck?
I loved you. I wanted to fix things and took time to gather my thoughts.
Yeah, he's wild.
Everything we had, I f***ed up. And then And that same day, I felt something was off, and then I found his car in front of my house. I'm not here for your forgiveness, just my stuff, and to talk it out and move on. That's it. I'm making a police report tonight for stolen property. I really don't want to, but you're really forcing my hand here. He said he's going to the police, so I...
Dude, having dated this person is such an L in every single way. Not only does he cheat on you, but he makes the breakup and everything completely terrible for you. It's just like, oh my god.
I wouldn't be able to go to the police
Constant
to file a
L's.
report for myself. I kind of felt lost at that point, and I didn't really know what to do. I just don't understand why someone's learning experience has to come at the expense of traumatizing others.
As like a younger gay kid.
That's actually so sad. It's true. You know, that is a really sad thing when she says like,
why someone's learning experience
has to come at the expense of traumatizing others. But it's actually very true that I think a lot of times people don't know how to be in a relationship because it's not easy to navigate. It's not easy to know what to do right the first, second, or maybe even third time. And it's not until you hurt someone and they tell you how it makes them feel that like you learn from that, or hopefully you learn from that. But sometimes you do end up traumatizing people because of that, and it's sad. I don't know how you could fix that, because sometimes it's not even necessarily your intent to do so. Like, you're not trying to purposely hurt someone, but
it has to come at the expense of traumatizing others.
As like a younger gay kid, I'd always see like TV shows of like this guy got matched with like this straight guy that they didn't know they were gay, and it ended up like kindling into like this fairy tale type of relationship. I'd ended up with a best friend in high school my senior year. It was a nice thing for me having like a friend, and I found myself getting closer and closer to this guy, and I'd never had like a really close best friend that was a guy. I figured out why, because I'd end up catching feelings for him. It was just really strange because he was a very like Christian football player, go to church every Sunday. It was just very like difficult, I guess, for him to process those like emotions and like overcoming of like who you are. So how we would hang out is we wouldn't really like text much. We would just text, oh, do you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. And then we'd like spend the day together, and then that's how we would like communicate a bunch. Hey, do you want to go hang out and get some food? No response. Like a day passed. Hey man, is everything all right? I don't know, man. I don't think we should be doing this anymore. Okay, that's fine, but you're not gonna be pulling this crap over text again. You're gonna tell me why to my face. That kind of just led into the in-person conversation that we had the next day. So I know he's still like figuring himself out. He's still like thinking about his feelings for me, and I just want to be like, you know, I love you. You had this and it was there, but I'm done with it, and I just kind of want to like go on from that. I feel like I really just like gave up a part of my heart, I guess, to someone that really wasn't ready to receive it.
We dated in high school, and then we had like a messy breakup when
in a domestic violence relationship. God, those are I don't know. I mean, it's like obvious, but like I just hate the idea of trauma, like the thought of someone traumatizing someone else with domestic violence type of thing. It's just so like that is traumatizing, like cheating is traumatizing, and they're all in like very like lingering, damaging ways that are long lasting. It's kind of like the type of thing that someone will bring into their next relationship. A lot of trauma, burden, and fear of all that, because it's just so blaring. It is, yeah, it does make it hard. I mean, I am of the belief that I think when you're with someone who obviously shows you otherwise, it is not, I don't think it would be that hard to trust the person who seems who actually is very caring and blah blah, because they would make you feel more secure probably, and they would probably I think when you meet someone who you feel is genuinely nice or a good person, you can feel it. And I think that can be solved in some way. Like, you will obviously carry that trauma with you, but you don't have to necessarily feel it again with the next person. But it's just something that you've experienced, right? I think the closest thing that I've experienced to some type of like domestic violence, but wasn't I don't know if there's like a different word for it, or maybe it's just simply a bit more like more violent. Was my first boyfriend who took I remember we were having an argument and he grabbed my wireless mouse. It was like a wireless Logitech mouse back then, whatever it is. Oh, there was like verbal abuse, but it's not like I don't really condemn him for that necessarily, because I feel like we were kids. We were like 16, and then like obviously our relationship lasted a really long time, and we were each other's first boyfriend girlfriend, and I don't think you really know how to be in a relationship or how to communicate in healthy ways. So yeah, he wasn't very, like, he would get mad at me for drinking or get mad at me for like others. Like, I took one shot before when I turned 18 and he got mad at me. So it's like I felt like I was walking around eggshells with him, or I felt like I did have to tiptoe around things, and he made me scared to tell him things. And I understand that's in the realm of like verbal abuse or blah blah blah, etc. But I also understand that I don't think he just knew how to be in a relationship, and neither did I. So it is kind of like an immaturity thing. Or emotional abuse. Yeah, it's just not like I guess I'm not gonna be like, yeah, he was like he did this and this to me in that way where it was malicious. It was not intentional. He just, yeah. But anyway, like the most violent thing that I experienced was probably him like grabbing my wireless mouse, and then we were in the middle of an argument, and then he grabbed it and threw it at the wall because I just wasn't responding to him anymore. I basically I had like my laptop, I was watching New Girl, and then we got in an argument, and I just turned around and just kept watching New Girl and didn't reply to him, and he got mad and he took the mouse and threw it at the wall, and then he took my laptop later and threatened to like break it. And it was a laptop like my parents got me for university and stuff. So I was like, what the fuck? The gaming setup. Yeah, I did play League of Legends on that laptop way too much. And Hearthstone. I did not drop his ass after. No, he was like my first boyfriend, and I didn't understand that was because he wasn't violent to me. He didn't hit me. He just was always violent to like other things, like exterior things. So, like, he would punch a wall, or he would, like, for example, like throw my mouse against the wall. He would threaten. It was violent behavior, but he didn't hit me ever. But it obviously scared me and made me feel scared, because it's like you're literally threatening to like break my laptop, right, or other things like. So that stuff scared me, but he never threatened me. Like, he never threatened, even though he didn't hit me, he also didn't threaten to hit me. Like, there's never anything like that. Yeah, and I didn't break up with him because we got in a huge fight, and then we talked about it, and then it was over. That's just how it went. And I think it's so normal for people to stay in relationships like that, because as heated as things are in the moment, once it settles, you feel like it's okay again. And so you don't necessarily cut it off, because in the moment when the emotions aren't heightened anymore, it almost feels like, oh, things could either, there's like some hope that things could either be solved and that it won't happen again. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it didn't happen again. Not that I remember exactly. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he actually. That was probably like year 5 or 6 into our relationship, and then the next 2 or 3 years, like that, it didn't happen again. Yeah, like that was probably why I didn't break up with him, because it was like we were that many years in, and he was someone that I thought was like it was possible to like be with him. It was like, you know, it's like very naive, younger, long-term relationship where you feel like your first love or your first boyfriend or girlfriend is gonna be like the person you end up marrying or staying with forever, right? So we were together with the intention to like work things out, no matter what. You're forever, exactly. So yeah, that's why I stayed. I was. But obviously nowadays it's kind of like as you get older and you're more experienced, you're like, fuck no.
I moved away for college. It was kind of something that I did. I confronted his girl best friend.
Oh, the girl best friend.
I was uncomfortable with their friendship. He would tell me like, oh, you're just my girlfriend. Like, you're not my best friend because she's my best.
Oh, no. I think it's totally fine to have a best friend of the opposite sex, or like of the same sex that you're interested in, or whatever it is. It's just a matter of how. Yeah, you and okay, for me, I would feel like my SO would be my best friend, but I could still have a best guy friend. Like, my SO is my best friend, but I could also have a best guy friend and a best girlfriend. Like, out of all the guys, he's my best friend, and all the girls that are my friends, she's my best friend. And I think it's also up to you to not make your partner feel uncomfortable. Like, you and your good friend should have like an okay boundary or healthy relationship where you're not making your SO feel weird about it. Like, if you're talking to your other best friend about things that you should be mostly sharing with your SO, or if you're spending so much time with them over your SO, or if you're exactly. I just think like there's boundaries, and there's reasonable things to be upset about if you're making it weird.
Best friend, I didn't like that, so I traveled on the Greyhound to see him. And the second time that I came, he stood me up. Then unexpectedly, like 2 years later, I get a text from a random unsaved number, and it was from him. I hope you're doing well. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I need to let you know that I'm in the process of applying for a job, and they're doing a background check on me. They requested your information, so I gave it to them, and they will probably call or email you. I know this is random.
2 years later. Why would she be a part of this background check? What the fuck? You stood her up, and then you...
Okay, why would they ask for my info in the
Dude,
first
these
place?
people are unreal. There is no shame in these people.
So
yeah, why would they ask
I
for...
responded with, during my background interview, they asked about my last relationships, and since you were my last serious one...
In what job would they ask about your relationship?
They wanted your info. And then I responded.
That's cap. That is a weird job. Yeah, what?
And then right
What
after
is he
that, he sent me
doing?
this 3-paragraph long
Oh, now he apologizes. Also, now that he needs something, he's like...
message about how he wanted to get stuff off his chest and basically kind of apologize for everything.
Yeah, you think
Honestly,
so?
I really wanted that closure.
Just want his
That's why I,
foot
like,
in the door
rode
again?
on the Greyhound.
That's just
Twice,
so
200
weird.
miles one way. I never got it, so it was the closure that I needed 2 years ago, but I'm finally getting it.
Do you have any photos or videos of when you guys were together?
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'll
never
have
heard of a job
notifications,
that's
and
like
I'll say,
that.
like, memories or highlights, and it's like Disneyland 2018.
What goes through your head?
For FBI, they asked.
Blind I was, because he does not look happy in these photos. And I kind
Oh,
of do.
that's so sad. What the fuck? I would hate looking back at the photos if I noticing that they weren't happy.
I was really
Oh,
happy.
God.
As like time went on, his smile kind of faded. Oh my god, I don't want to cry.
Oh god. Are they okay?
Actually slid into my
They're not okay.
She was a follower of me previously from my social media.
Oh,
and
follower.
It was just a really toxic relationship from the start. She became friends with another one of my friends, and she added her on her personal IG story. And I guess she was out one night, and basically she was making out with the guy, and she posted it on her close friend story. And she posted it on her close friend story, obviously because I wasn't on there, but I guess she forgot that she had my friend, who I've known before her, my friend screenshotted it and showed it to me and was like, "Are you guys good?" I sent 3 question marks. Just cause
This girl's a fucking dumbass. I don't know what to say, man. I
wanted to see what she would say.
That
And then
was-
she was
that's-
like, "Hi babe, you okay? I can either play into this or I can
Who cheats and records themselves and posts it on social media?
just send you the screenshot
What the
and make you feel
fuck?
dumb." So that's exactly what I did. I just sent the screenshot. And
I know,
said
she
right
outed
after,
herself. Like,
"So this is what you do on your private stories, huh?"
What?
I'm sorry, I was honestly so drunk, I forgot to tell you that I made out.
Oh,
with a friend.
forgot to
This
tell you, but I posted
week
it.
has
Bro.
been
Like,
so
you don't
effed up,
see
and I
that,
needed to get out
right?
and
Yeah,
have
right.
fun. I know I effed up, I'm so sorry. And so I said, "How do you forget?"
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot to tell. Oh, I forgot that I had a girlfriend. I forgot.
Tell me, but post it on your private story. Did you
As
forget that
well.
you had my friend on your private story? ... And then this is where it gets interesting. So she texted me, "I'm gonna try to convince him." And I was like, "That wasn't meant for me." And I said, "Oops, yeah, you're for the streets. Bye."
Do you
Yeah, you're for the streets. Tell her.